So our computing project was at Brookfields, and that was a special needs school, and it was just me and Becky, and it was like a really, really good school. It had a huge range of facilities, and it was all focused on personalised education and creating great partnerships with the parents and the children. We were quite nervous going in because obviously it was a special school, and we were like, what can we do computer-wise with the children? We were in year 5, so we didn't know what the children knew before or what they didn't. Our mentor said Bbots, like none of the children's used Bbots before, so we thought we would create these Bbot maps and link it to their topic on Egyptians and get them to program sort of different sequences. But it was very difficult because there was a range of different needs and abilities within the class, and even just down to instruction. So say a child was very, very bright, but on that day they just didn't feel like working, you could create a huge. So we thought that we would just create these little symbols and cut them out, and then we would get them to either create their own sequence or learn how to function a Bbot. And it could work 2 ways, so it could be for the most able children or the least able children, because if they finished or they understood the sequences, then they could go and create their own sequence. And if not, then we could show them that the different directions. So this was forward, this was back, and it was just all getting them to understand the basic like go and cross by debugging. So we created these Bbot maps, and then eventually, once we got them to learn the directions, we would say to the children, okay, so we're going to start at the ships, now can you try and make your way down to the river? So that was like the extension for the children, so that if they could do it. A lot of the children found that really, really difficult because they'd never used Bbots before, and also it was quite difficult because some of the children didn't know like the left and right, so you'd say turn this way, you would just have to tell them to turn. So they found it quite difficult, but then there was one child, and she was like quite able, so she was just able to go, right, I can go here, and then she could create her own. So we found it quite useful. So on the day, I would like say to one child, can you go this way, or you can, so all the children were doing different activities. And what I found was really, really useful was that they all came out with something, like some knowledge, like one of the key things that they'd never played with Bbots before, but they were all really, really excited. I think that was one of our issues in the end. We had to stop the lesson early because they could like program this Bbot to do what they wanted them to do, but then they were all so excited about it actually moving, like, and it was doing what they'd said, so we had to cut it a little bit short. Overall, we found the project really, really useful. The children really enjoyed it, and they all got to learn some sort of programming. However, due to it being like it was a special school and all the children with such a huge range of needs, we felt that we would have benefited, and the children, more if we'd had a little bit more time to get to know the children with different needs. We could probably push some children further or spent a little bit more time, but because it was just like, oh, you go in, you do a project, it didn't feel like we got to do enough. But overall, it was a good project. Thank you.
Thank you.